Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by the channel. It's Chuck. As you know, the channel's Outside Screwball. And I called this video Oh My. It's been a heck of a week, and kind of an expensive week also. I got a little list, and let's jump right into the video. Real quick before I do it, thank you to all the subscribers. Just crested 7,000. Quite amazed, and I really appreciate everybody that subscribes, and always enjoy the comments, and I learn a lot. And talking about learning a lot, let's go to this first video because some viewer suggestions on a repair is where I learned something. So let's click to that video. So you guys may recall, and I think it was my last video, I showed you my new micrometer that I bought to replace this one. This was the one that I had dropped and actually had bent the anvil portion. It was out about 8 thousandths. A couple of viewers suggested, you know, don't throw it away, see if you can repair it. So I've got it set up here on the surface plate in the vise. I've got a 10th indicator on it. I've already done a little bit. I got it down to 3 thousandths now by bending it. And so what I have here is a little machinist jack. I bored it so it would register on the piece here, on this little lip right there. And so it sets on there nice. And then a little piece of copper to protect the anvil, even though the anvil's carbide. Get it tight. And then put a load on it. Now I've initially started bending at about 12 thousandths since I needed 8, and the spring back was it was coming right back. I wasn't getting it. So I've had to go over that. So right now I'm shooting for about 3 thousandths, and we will see what we get here. There's 1.5 thou already. There's 3, but it'll just spring back. So I'm going to take this 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go about 8 and try about 8 thousandths load on it. And I'm going to go a little more than that. There's about. I'm liking that. It's not springing back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 thou on it. Give me a reference. And let's see if I got it. It's not going to be perfect. I don't know. You know, I can do some lapping on it also. The last bend. Now, see, I don't know if that's in focus, but I'm still at about 2.5 thousandths. So I didn't get anything out of it that push. So I got to push it further than that. Got to get it just a little closer, and then I can get some of it out of the actual turning of the unit here. Alignment. It's the anvil's a little proud on this side, and on top the anvil's down just a fudge, just a hair. If I can get it back to just being a good quick beater mic, it'll be super for in the shop, and then still have my other ones. So I'm going to go at it again, and I'll bring you back. You don't have to watch me do it, but either that or if you want to watch Bozo snap the end off. But I'll bring you back. Well, with my crappy camera, I don't know if it'll show up, but that's a 0.1004, 104 tenths gauge block, and I got it bent just perfect and adjusted. So we're at 100 thousandths, and it's reading 4/10 right on the number. So I got a nice mic back, at least for most general use in the shop. The other one has a red dot, so I know the difference between the two. And the alignment on the anvil, not bad. On the top, the anvil's a little low on this side, and side to side, I can just click my fingernail on both directions. Anyway, thanks for the couple of guys that gave me a suggestion. Peter Meek, I think, was one of them, and built a little jack here. Actually, I had the top screw that I had made, and Carl happened to have already done the extension bolt. He had already cut one off, and then I went and created the recess so it fit my mic. Anyway, thought I'd show you that. Yahoo! I got my favorite mic back. Now I got a bunch. Got a bunch. So hang on one second. I'm gonna hit pause, and we'll be right back. So we're back, and you can see. I think that's focused. There's a Starrett 1-inch mic. I went to a tool show this weekend, and we'll talk about that later in the video. But it's been funny over my years of tools. It seems like when I finally want something really bad, I get one, and then all of a sudden it's two, and then I get multiples. Chainsaws, skill saws, chucks, all sorts. You name it. It's funny how it just appears. Anyway, this was at the tool show. It's a Starrett number, where is it? I found the number someplace on it. There it is, T230. I doubt that it'll show, but there's just a little rust stain on the anvil right here. And asked the guy how much he wanted. He goes, make me an offer. I said $5. And he said, it's yours. The action on it's beautiful. And right here, reading this piece, that's the 104/10, and this is reading 106/10. So it's off by 2/10. For another beater mic within the shop for $5, could lap that piece, clean it up a little bit, but heck of a buy for $5. Really happy, and the spindle on it is just beautiful. So anyway, let's move on with the rest of the video. Okay, well, we're back from that, and I'm really happy that micrometer is back in service, and it'll work well in my shop here. So let's move on to the next item of discussion here. As you know, I got my buddy Howie. He's outside the door there. He, for some reason, the other night I was back working on the Monarch, out enjoying my time, and I guess he got bored, and so he decided to chew. I'm going to bring this closer, you can probably see it. Chew on my TIG torch cable, and ruined it. So that's very odd. It's not something that he would typically do. I still can't believe that he did it, but he cowered when I looked at him, so I know he was the culprit. Anyway, $100 item, and to repair it, and I just picked up a new 25-foot hose, and kind of excited actually. May have to pat Howie on the head. The new hose is has a braided. It's an air-cooled torch. It's not a water-cooled torch, but it has a braided outside covering rather than the rubber that one had. And the whole torch assembly is much, or hose assembly, is much lighter than the rubber hose, and much more flexible. So I'll give Howie a biscuit and a pat on the head, and he owes me $100. Okay, let's move on from there. I got some video. I got some video of a tool show that myself and Flea Market Dave attended. There'll be a quick little clip that kind of just gives you a pan over on it, and then there's a couple of quick photos of what Dave bought at the show. He spent way more than I did. but he bought some interesting items. I'll leave it at that. He watches my videos, so I don't want to get yelled at. But we had a great day, and while we were there, we got a lead on a fella that was selling snap-on tools in the area for Harbor Freight prices. Well, us two seagulls, we started flapping our wings, and we got over there real quick also. I'll take you over and show you what I purchased there, both at the tool show and then at the snap-on sale or garage, just some guy selling stuff. Anyway, let's cut to the video and a couple of photos, and we'll be back from that. Okay, well, we're back from that, and as you saw, Dave picked up a micrometer, quite a large one for instructional use. He likes that kind of stuff, and it'll be in his shop on display. It'll be a nice item to talk about. And he picked up a couple of wood boxes that you saw there, tool boxes, and some other items that were inside of there. Like again, I said, we had just a great day. We got to cruise down in his brand new Ford 1-ton pickup. That was a nice ride. So where did I leave you guys? So we'll let's go out in the main shop. It's like a disaster. This week I've been so busy. It's a bomb out there. But let's go out there and we'll have some discussion, and I'll show you some things. I do have one large new tool to the shop that I'm going to share with you also. Okay? Well, in one of my recent videos the other day, I showed you that cast iron top that I picked up. Beautiful piece. Paid $40 for it, and it's a beast. 3/4 of an inch thick, and I was gonna have to make some sort of stand or table for it. Well, Craigslist, I found this guy, and it's a 1,000 pound capacity lift table, and I bought it to set that cast iron top on, and it's actually just the inside dimension of the cast iron is 29, and this is 30 by 20, so it'll fit one direction, the other it won't, but I can either block it up because that cast iron top has some ribs, or I could cut this, but I can't bring myself to cut this table. It's such a fine piece. Secondly, it's such a fine piece, I can't get myself to say, okay, I'm going to sell it with that top for a welding table to somebody. What an item. So I don't have room in my shop for it, but I don't think it's going to leave. Other than it's going to get a paint job. I'm not big on the blue. But right now, fully extended is 45.5 inches, and it drops down to a 30-inch table height. Has casters, really nice casters on it, and it also has a brake. The guy threw in a separate handle, and I don't know if it'll show there, but it's actually got a foot brake here to lock it in place. So I got to find a place to keep that in my shop now. The funny story, I went up to buy it. That was $80, heck of a buy, and the guy went in, he had a business, he was a machinist for 50 years, wanted me to fill out a bill of sale. Okay, we signed, we started talking about machining and everything. Hey, loaded in my truck, see you later. And I stopped over at a friend's house that lived close by. It's the friend that had the Rose Leanhart lathe that I've showed some videos on. Well, we were there chatting, and my phone rings, and I realize it's the fellow that I just bought the table from. and he said, "Hey," he goes, "I just realized we were talking, but you never gave me any money for the table." And I didn't. We got so engrossed in chatting, we forgot all about it. I told him I'm only a few miles away. I'll come right back, and I paid him for it. So, just a super table. It's all 3/16 plate. You can't beat it. Okay. Well, here's the tools that I picked up from the past tool show, and also from the fellow that was selling the Snap-on tools. So let's talk about the past tool show. So primarily, you saw from the video, it's really older tools and much more woodworking is what's really there on display and for sale. A lot of great fellas, and if you're anywhere in Northern California or Southern California and you want to go to it, membership's only $25 a year to join, and it's a great organization. So, as you know, I bought the Starrett micrometer there for $5. I was a little crazy here. Bought a Snap-on 7/16 half wrench and this guy for $30. I really overpaid for those two. I don't know. I was being a soft heart or something, but I'm still happy I got them. Be a nice little tool for the shop. And then this guy here, the X-Acto knife set, I paid $5 for that, and didn't even know the blades. This was in there backwards. I don't think the guy that sold it to me knew that all the blades were in there. Brand new, never been used. And then I bought this Central Tool inside mic. It's got the handle to hold it. I looked at this. I've got a couple inside mics. The thing I liked about this was the size of it. I just really, I picked it up and I said, "Oh, I got to own it." I think I paid $5 for it, so I didn't kill myself on that. So that was the tool show, and then the guy, the Snap-on guy. Well, when we got there, basically all the Snap-on stuff was gone. He had trucked most of it back to Georgia, 4 truckloads. He said his dad did automatic transmissions, and had quite and it was into drag racing back in the years. But anyway, I bought, so the number stamps, I have to laugh. I saw Tom Lipton stamp his Vice the other day, and I actually have this set of stamps in my toolbox. So I saw these and I said, geez, I got to buy these. They're all US made. Just this set alone is $90 to buy it, brand new. I paid $5 for the whole set. Got 2 alphabet units and then number sets. Couldn't pass that up. I think I paid $5 for a Proto Click torque wrench. I think the spring compressor was $1. These got thrown in. I think the files were $1. The pin assortment was $1. The drills are mine. My buddy Chewy gave me those. I bought that little hole. That got thrown in for nothing. That got thrown in for nothing. That got thrown in for nothing. And I paid for a tubing bender $5 at most, if I did. And then I picked up a couple of tie-down straps. Some nice heavy-duty ones for $5 a piece. So that was a good stop, and I was very happy that basically a lot of times when I go buy tools, sometimes I forget what I have and I buy what I already own. And this time I did well, other than just I have this one set right there. So let's move on to the biggest purchase. Well, almost the biggest purchase, and then we'll go to the biggest purchase. So when I went for my big purchase, I found this guy at the same place. And so let's start real quick. I was just showing you, it's got just a little surface tarnish from sitting, and some turtle wax chrome polish and rust remover, and it works really well. Just you can see the difference between the two. You let it sit on it just a little bit, and some light cleaning, and it cleans it right off. So I'm just working on basically getting this cleaned up, and what it is a 6-jaw buck chuck, adjusted true buck chuck, and been working on the jaws. You can see the difference of just cleaning up, just a little surface rust on them. They basically, the chuck does have a couple little chips down in the scroll, but best guess, if this thing got used once, that was it. Ended up paying $200 for it. Planning on putting it on the Monarch. It's an 8-inch, and I have in the box here is a backplate for it to convert it to the D13 backplate. Just a heck of a buy, and it's going to be a really nice chuck for the lathe. Now, let's go to a couple of videos and photographs of my largest purchase, which is right here sitting on the pallet jack. So let's click to that, and well, let me give you a little story here real quick. I saw this on Craigslist, and I didn't know the manufacturer, and so I asked Tom Lipton if he was any knowledge of it. And Tom says, hey, it's right by my work. I'll run over and take a look at it for you. And he went over and took a look at it, and his comment was, hey, Chuck, get your shit together. And so let's click to a couple of videos showing the machine running when he was testing it.
Alright, Chuck, here's this grinder. I'm going to turn the spindle on for you. They got the phase converter running. Okay, there's the spindle. Nice and quiet. Very quiet. All the axes seem to move nicely. I'm going to play with the controls a little bit and see if we can get some reciprocating out of this. Alright, Chuck, let's go for it. Hydraulics seem to be working nice. Okay. And it looks like it's got auto step over. Yep. Yep. Auto step over is working.
Okay, we're back from those videos, and here's a photo of Tom and I the day we moved it. So Tom was gracious enough to come over and help me during the week on his lunchtime, and my good buddy Carl and I headed over, and we met Tom there and loaded it and brought it home on the pallet jack here. And since then, it basically has gotten dumped off in here. I haven't had the time. My old surface grinder is sitting right here, and I still need to clean it and put the motor back on it, and I'm going to end up probably painting it, and then that's going on Craigslist for sale. Just I'm not a big lover of the blue. So with this machine is we've been playing with it. It's an Italian manufacturer. And I've been trying to research it to get more information on it. So if anybody can give me any assistance, it would be great. Dial indicators are on it. We were just checking it's metric, and we were just doing the conversions, figuring that out. So it's as you can see, the shop is just, the welding table's covered. The place is a mess. I just haven't had a moment. but it's going to get moved around to the backside there, get wired up, and start and cleaning it. It needs to be cleaned, and it's got these are all metal handles, not aluminum, and so cleaning the surface rust that was similar to what was on the chuck. Okay, that's my story for this week, guys. It's been a heck of a week, and as I said, oh my, it's been an expensive week, but a fun week and an exciting week to boot. Talk to you soon, and we will see you next Screwy Tuesday.